Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome to chapter 10 of the Jungle Book. With chapter 10 I don't mean the episode, it's going to be episode 4. And I'm pretty sure the finale as well. Because we only have a couple more stages to do. As you can see, it is night time now, and therefore saying the end of the game is coming near. Because if you haven't noticed, we're actually playing from morning until night. It was early morning in the first stages, then it was afternoon in the next couple. Then evening fell, and now night time has fallen. The very same jungle we started this adventure in is now night time, and therefore a lot more dangerous. There's also stuff hidden here, like these owls. This one's going to give me a heart. A couple of other things here, most of all gems. The only thing is, I really like to show off one of the bonus stages in this game, and so far the game has not given me a single one yet. I'm starting to doubt whether you actually need to grab enough green gems or that there's actually something else attached to it. If that is the case, I'll try to find that out. Because the fact that I'm getting no bonuses at all. Okay, but before we go beyond that, as you can see, there's actually fire on these vines now that swing. Therefore saying, even the vine swinging becomes more difficult now. They won't stay around, the fire will burn them. We'll be seeing that a little bit more in this stage. It's going to be one of the challenges this stage is going to give us. But anyway, like I was trying to say, I was convinced that this game actually required you to grab a certain amount of green gems before it actually gave you a bonus stage. But I'm starting to doubt that now. Because I'm getting no bonuses at all, and I've been collecting plenty of green gems. Therefore saying, I have a suspicion that the trigger for bonus stages in this game is actually not a certain amount of green gems, but actually a certain amount of green gems per stage. And that actually might be true, and if that's the case, then my only conclusion is I have not grabbed all of the green gems in a single stage so far. Oh, there's an extra continue there. But can't get it from here, and if I go round, it's going to be despawned, because it won't stay around. Yeah, as you can see, it's gone now. Let's just hope I don't need it. So far, I have not game overed a single time yet. If you do, you actually can just use your extra continues to continue in the stage you game overed in. You do lose your checkpoints, but at least you don't have to start all the way from the beginning again, if you do. I should have a couple, because I'm pretty sure you start with one extra continue standard, and I did grab one in the second stage, so should be safe. But I still have 3 regular lives left, so let's hope I don't game over. It would be nice if I'm able to do a playthrough of this game without game overing a single time. I don't always do, so that's not a guarantee. Okay, let's just see what this stage can bring us. Besides burning vines. A lot of wildlife trying to kill us, including ants and bees. Okay, this is a dead end, it seems. Yeah, let's just go to the right then. It is interesting, though, how this trampoline snake over here is actually in the brambles. Makes you wonder how that guy is supposed to work. We'll meet him in a minute, I think. It's on a higher ledge. And it seems we're going to reach that ledge right now. Okay, more bats. That is actually some form of wildlife you would expect at night. Okay, burning vines again, so don't hang around on them too long. Ow. No, go away. Don't want to die quite yet. I might need those lives in the final stage. Because the stage after this one is actually pretty tricky. It should be, because it's the final one. And I seem to have missed one of those statues, because this thing is not opening. I see one over there. Oh, I did not see you, Mr. Snake. That banana was not aimed at you, but it did hit you, unfortunately. Let's go see if this was the key. Yeah, it is. A lot of stuff here. Most important one, this heart. Because it makes me live a little bit longer. Okay, this is where we were. This is where it continues. In its design, this stage really resembles the second stage a lot more than the first one. Definitely is another jungle level, just like the first two. But the second one also was one of these kinds of levels where you first head to the right of the screen, then go up a floor, and then go back to the left, and then up a floor again, back to the right, where the end is going to be. Chapter 2 was also designed in such a way. So therefore I always consider this stage actually a harder variant of the second stage. It's an interesting way to design your level if you have limited room, because that's probably the reason why they did it like this. They had limited room in the screen, and instead of just making 3 separate screens, they thought, well, might as well make multiple levels on the screen and make it do it like this. Go right first, move up, go left again, move up again, and then right again. It's a pretty ingenious way to work around with memory limitation. Okay, what do we have? Bonus? Nope. Don't tell me I'm going to have to play this game again, try to find out how to get some bonuses. Well, I might be able to do that, because we're at the final stage now, and this episode's still pretty short. First of all, new enemy in this final stage, hyenas, who actually start laughing the moment you hit them. Which is their way to say, we are stunned, go away quickly. Because it actually takes a lot of hits before these guys are taken out indefinitely. So it's better to just run. These guys aren't worth defeating, I feel. Just running across them, that is a lot better. Okay, you might remember this stage from the movie, the Wastelands. There's a lot of fire around here because of the lightning strikes. So be careful for everything that burns. The previous stage already gave a little glimpse of things burning. In this stage you're going to make a lot more use of it. And also beware of the fact that Shere Khan may be around here. Because if you remember the movie, this is actually where the scene... Whoa! Like I said, lightning strikes, be careful for fire. But this is actually the scene where Shere Khan actually makes his final move. And don't be surprised if he starts doing that in this game too. Okay, what do we have? There's something to the left over here, so there might be some goodies here. Okay, it's for a statue, but this might be a required one, I'm not really too sure. Because I have not checked to the right, so I'm not really too sure if there is anything missing there. Grab this fine over here, there's more platforms to the right over here, but I'm pretty sure these are already here. Even without the statues, I'm not too sure what it actually did. Okay, we're safe from the lightning for now. Because of course, even that's the invincibility blocks. Oh, vertical vines can also get lightning struck, as you can see. But the fire actually doesn't start running around the vine this time. Only on the horizontal ones it does that, apparently. Did not remember that, but that's a conclusion I can make, seeing this. Oh yeah, this part. This part is interesting. As you can see, there's a couple of fountains here, and these we can actually use to bounce around. But apparently they don't stay around forever, so make sure you only bounce on them once. And then immediately make your way to the next one. The moment they... Oh. I did not expect to grab a vine there. But okay, I lived. Let's move on. Luckily with those fountains, the game is nice enough to actually make the next one spawn the moment it's coming into screen. Because otherwise it would just be mean. So you can just hold right on those fountains and you can easily survive. Come on, kill that bat. There we go. Apparently they can fly through the floor. So we can no longer jump on them. Okay, this stage is pretty lenient with its invincibility items. We've been seeing those a lot. Okay, here we actually find the vultures. Also characters from the movie. And this vulture we actually use as platforms, as you can see. Not the vulture himself, but the feather he drops. Reminds me of Majora's Mask, actually. There's actually a part in the mountains where Kepora Gebora also drops his feathers to use as platforms. Even though you're not really using the feathers there. The feathers there just show off where the platforms are. Because they are invisible there. For some reason that It always reminds me to. Okay, need to go up again because the floor is a dead end, so we need to go up. Okay, these fires are standing still, luckily. A little bit easier to avoid that way. Okay, sir, give me your feathers. Because apparently they are so heavy that we can stand on them. Because, trust me, in real life you don't want to try to stand on a bird's feather. It's not going to work. Ah, here we have our dear friend Shere Khan. And guess what? Final boss time. Okay, this is how this guy works. As you can see, the game will give us some torches, some lit torches. And that we can use in order to attack him. We can also just throw bananas at him, but it's not the intended way. Trust me, you're going to want to burn this guy. The game is going to try to make us mimic the movie's final scene, where we use his fear for fire in order to get rid of him. And the way to achieve that is try to get his tail on fire. However, he's not going to make it easy for us. As you can see, he has a barrage of pretty nasty attacks. These rings being really annoying because of them being so hard to avoid. But he also just charges, as you can see, and it's also not really easy to avoid. Okay, and if you try to hide in the trees, you will actually start stomping the floor, as you can see, and that will knock you out of the trees. So be careful. Oh. Yeah, whenever you're busy avoiding his ring attacks, it can be hard to avoid his charge move whenever he starts doing that. He definitely is the hardest boss in this game, that's definitely true. It's still not undoable. Make sure you restock on your fire every single time it runs out. Because... Okay. Not really sure how I won, but apparently off screen I was able to beat him. Okay, there we go. And so, as our story comes to a close, Mowgli makes his way through the final stretches of his journey towards the Man Village. Having survived the perils of the jungle and vanquished Shere Khan, Mowgli travels the shadowy paths and bogs one last time with his longtime friend and guardian, Bagheera, who we did not see a single time in this game. Oh, there he is. We only see him in the cutscene. Overlooking the moonlit pools of the sleeping forest as he passes by, Mowgli finally nears his destination. Yet, in reaching that place, where he belongs, Mowgli cannot help thinking, as Baloo did, that he'd have made one swell bear. Yeah, he would have done well as a bear. But okay, time for credits first. Okay, and there we go. That was SNES, The Jungle Book. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this playthrough, I do think of all of the Disney games I own, the major three I always call them, the ones that are now also a part of the Disney Classic Collection series. I think this one is the least interesting one. It has the least interesting stages. The platforming mechanics of this one are not really that great. It is still a pretty fun game to play every once in a while, I feel, but I would be lying if I said that The Lion King and Aladdin, the other two main titles on the SNES, weren't better. This one definitely is the least of the three, but with this I can say I have at least played it, and it is part of my video game library here on YouTube as well now. Although I'm pretty sure this is going to be the only time I ever play it. I am still considering doing it. I don't really have the time to do so right now, and I don't really have the necessity to do so. But I am still doubting whether I should buy this Disney Classic Collection series, because I already own the 3 games, and I am not the biggest fan of them, in all honesty. I did buy them in this time when I was younger, but since I already have them on the SNES, I'm not sure if I want them again in a compilation title. But if I do end up buying it, of course, then we will see this game in the future again, because of me owning the collection series then. And that might be the only excuse I ever return to this game on YouTube, but otherwise I think this is enough. Unfortunately, I was not able to show off the bonus stages in this game. I can quickly try to find out how that actually is supposed to work and show that as a text message, or even go back into the game and try to trigger one, because that is actually the only thing I wasn't able to show off right now. And that is therefore the only thing that is kind of missing on this playthrough. But okay, with that said, I'm ready to close off this project. It is a pretty fun game, not the best game in the world. I'm also not the biggest fan of this, like I promised, but it is part of my game collection, so it needs to go up here at some point, and here it is. See you folks next time for the next project. Treecks out. Hello everyone, Treecks here, coming back to you to the Jungle Book with a little bit of bonus content. I did promise I would go back into this game to quickly take a look at how the bonus stages actually work. And I actually found out it is indeed the green gems need to be gotten per stage. In fact, per 2 stages. For every 2 stages, all of your green gems actually get tallied up. And in hard mode, you actually need to get every single one of them in order to get a bonus after the 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th stage, etc, etc. In easy and normal you actually need a little bit less, then you don't need all of them. So allow me to show you off. In the first 2 stages, for instance, you need to collect all 40 green gems. And then after that, the 2nd stage will tally up all of those green gems. And if you have enough, then you will get your bonus level. And that is how it works. Let me show you off one of them. There are multiple bonus levels, but I think showing off one of them is good enough. At least you can see how it works. As you can see, you get a separate stage for it. There's a timer going, and we are going to gather some extra stuff. It's mostly red gems, as you can see, but also a couple of 1-ups can appear in here. And also some extra time here, as you can see. These hourglasses, you can grab to expand your timer. If time runs out, you can keep the number of lives and gems you've collected. But there's also an end to the bonuses. There's no infinitely going screen. So you can challenge yourself to try to get everything in here. But that is basically how it works, as you can see. So the reason it didn't show up during the Let's Play is simple. In all of the stages I never just got all of the green gems. But going back into this game, trying to find out how it works. Now I know. It's for every 2 stages there's a bonus stage. In hard mode you actually only get the bonus stage if you collect all of the green gems. In normal and easy you need a little bit less of them. But that is how it works. The moment you enter the bonus by either running out of time or just reaching the end, all your red gems get tallied up. And that is how it works. So, thank you for watching this project. This was the end. See you guys next project. Later folks.